Hello everyone. Today my another session learning journey. Today I have a conversation with ChatGPT on a topic that can truly change your life: how to develop a strong reading habit and expand your mind. Reading is one of the best way to grow, think better, and discover new ideas. So let's explore how we can make reading a daily part of our lives and unlock the power of books. So let's start.
Yo, dude, what's new?
Hello.
Hey, just chilling here. Anything interesting happen on your end today?
Why is reading important for personal growth?
Ooh, good question. It's kind of multi-layered, right? I mean, it's more than just absorbing info. It's like it builds empathy, I think. You get inside other people's heads, see the world through different lenses. Does that resonate? Gotcha. And it's not just empathy, it's also expanding your vocabulary, sharpening your critical thinking. I've heard it's pretty good for staving off the brain fog too. Do you find yourself gravitating towards certain kinds of books for growth, or is it more just reading anything?
So that's nice. What benefit does a regular reading bring to the mind?
Hmm, that's a good way to put it. A regular reading habit. I think it builds cognitive reserve, kind of like a muscle for your brain. Helps with focus, memory, staving off the mental decline as you get older, people tell me. But beyond that, it also rewires your brain to be more open to new ideas. What do you think about that?
So that's
Still there?
what types of books are best for beginners?
Okay, good question. Definitely don't want to start with like Tolstoy. I think short story collections are a good gateway, easy to pick up and put down, or maybe something really compelling plot, good thriller or mystery. What kind of stuff do you usually enjoy watching or listening to? That might give us a clue about where to start. Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Did you mean which books are good for beginners, or were you telling me what kinds of things you like? Either way,
How much
happy to
time
circle
should
back. Just want to make sure.
time should a new reader spend reading every day?
Okay, that's smart to ask. Don't want to burn yourself out, right? I think honestly, even 15 to 20 minutes a day is a great start. It's more about consistency than quantity, you know, building it into a habit. What feels doable for you, realistically?
So, so next question is how can someone start reading habit if they have never read before?
Okay, that's a totally fair question. It's kind of like building any habit, I guess. Start small, like ridiculously small. 5 minutes. Seriously. Pick something super engaging. Don't feel pressured to read important books. And maybe tie it to something you already do. Like read while you drink your coffee or before bed instead of scrolling. Does that sound manageable?
So next question is how much time should a new spend reading every day?
Whoops, sorry, I didn't quite catch the new part there. You're asking how much time someone should spend reading every day when they're just starting a habit, right? I think we already touched on that. 15 to 20 minutes is a solid goal. But honestly, even 5 minutes is a win. It's more about showing up consistently. What do you think feels realistic for you to commit to?
So next one is how can someone stay motivated to read long term?
Yeah, that's the tricky part, isn't it? Motivation dips. I think finding a reading buddy helps. Someone to talk about the books with or joining a book club. And honestly, if you're not enjoying a book, just stop. Life's too short to force yourself through something you hate. Do you ever find yourself abandoning books halfway through, or is that just me?
So, how does reading help improve thinking and creativity?
Okay, now we're talking. I think it's because it throws a bunch of different ideas and perspectives at your brain, right? It's like a mental workout. Forces you to make connections, analyze things, and that sparks creativity. Plus, seeing how different authors structure stories or arguments gives you tools for your own thinking and problem solving. It's kind of sneaky, you know? Does that line up with what you've experienced, or are you looking for something more specific?
So, next one is does reading physical books
Shoot.
or digital books make a difference?
Ooh, that's a good one. And people get passionate about this. I've heard both have their perks. Physical books, the smell, the feel, the lack of distractions. But digital books are super convenient. You can carry a whole library in your pocket, adjust the font size. I think it really comes down to personal preference, honestly. Do you have a leaning one way or the other?
So, next one is how can you choose books that match your interest and goals?
That's key, right? You don't want to waste time on stuff you're not into. Goodreads is pretty solid for recommendations. You could see what your friends are reading, browse genres. Yeah, that's why I missed that. That you were saying set up what exactly? Goodreads, or are you saying something else? Just want to make sure I'm tracking.
What are some practical tips for building a reading routine?
All right, practical tips. Okay, first, schedule it. Seriously, put it in your calendar like any other appointment. Second, create a reading nook, a comfy spot where you can relax. Third, minimize distractions, phone on silent, turn off the TV. And fourth, don't be afraid to DNF, did not finish a book if it's not grabbing you. Those are the big ones, I think. Any of those sound especially helpful to you?
So next one is is it better it,
Everything all right?
is it better to read one book at a time or multiple books?
That's a surprisingly common debate. I think it depends on the person. Honestly, some people like to fully immerse themselves in one story, while others prefer having a few different books going at once. It kind of like for you.
Why do some people find reading boring and how can they change that?
Oof, that's a good question. I think a lot of times it's because they were forced to read things they didn't enjoy in school, right? And it kind of killed the joy of it. Or maybe they're just trying to read stuff that's too dense or complex for where they're at. To change that, I'd say start with something super light and engaging, a genre you already enjoy. Graphic novels are a good option, or even magazines. Just something to ease you back in. What do you think? Does that sound right?
So next one is how can parents or teachers
Yes,
encourage children to read more?
that's a good one. I think the biggest thing is modeling the behavior, letting kids see you reading. Um, Also, making it fun. Read aloud, visit the library, let them choose their own books, even if they're not classic literature. And honestly, don't push it too hard. If it feels like a chore, they'll just resent it. a cozy reading space and making a positive experience seems key. What are your thoughts on that? Got you.
Okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
Jordan, that's cool. Glad we're on the same page. Anything else you're curious about, or are you good for now? Oh, all right. Anytime, dude. Seriously. Feel free to hit me up if you ever want to chat.
Thank you for everyone for joining today's discussion. I hope this conversation inspires you to pick a book, read consistently, and keep expanding your mind. Remember, reading even a few pages a day can transform your thinking and open new doors in life. See you tomorrow with another powerful topic. Stay learning, stay growing. खुदा हाफिज